Okay, here's a quick little video on what's inside a spinning hard drive. This here is a 3.5-inch SCSI hard drive that I took out of one of the computers that I used for sound, but SCSI is old technology right now, and so I figure I'd open it up and see what's going on the inside. Some screws on the top. And then there's screws underneath these seals, and it says warranty is void if the seal is broken. So I suppose we'll have to void the warranty here. This thing should actually be opened in a clean room environment. And wouldn't you know it, it's a nut. Okay, so we got 6 screws and 2 nuts. Now this one here looks like it's a star drive. So let's just take that one out. So this is a screw. So we'll try some big needle nose. And the needle nose seems to be working. Okay, we're getting to the meat and potatoes here. Okay, looks like that's coming up. And there we go. Okay, so like I said, this should be done in a clean room environment. And these are, I already took one apart. So basically, this is what we've got. We've got 3 discs, 3 spinning discs, and we've got these platters have read-write heads on the top and the bottom, which is this. So these read-write heads, I don't know if you can see that, but they come apart and they read on the top and the bottom of each of these discs. So it goes like that, and they read like this, and then it has a coil, a copper coil, that's surrounded by a very strong magnetic field. These magnets are the most powerful magnets I've ever encountered. And when you move a copper coil through a magnetic field, it creates electricity. And so there's where the electricity comes for reading and writing on the spinning disc. So to give you some idea as to how powerful these magnets are. Okay, now I tried, you have to be very careful because when you get them close to each other, they seriously attract each other. And it's really hard to get them apart. There's no screws, they're just the magnetic attraction that's holding them together. And they have like these grooves, and it's like a tongue and groove that holds the magnets together. So that's basically what's right here. You got those, you got the coil that's between these 2 very powerful magnets, and it's on a spindle, and it goes back and forth, and it reads the information off the hard drives, off the different sectors. So each one of these spinning disks is divided into sectors, and on the top and on the bottom. And then this is a pancake motor that's on the bottom so that it spins and is driven by a 5 volts. This particular hard drive takes 5 and 12 volts coming in this connector right here. And then this is the SCSI input-output port. And so basically that's what's going on the inside here. And you definitely don't want to do this in anything less than a clean room environment, because even a speck of dust that gets on these mirror-like finishes can render your data inoperable. And as you can see, we have a magnet right here, and this read-write heads, they move in and out across the disk to retrieve information. And when the coil moves through the magnetic field, it creates electricity that either is for erasing or writing data onto these disks. This is a really good view of the read-write heads and how they travel across. They actually float. They don't actually touch these disks. When the disks are spinning, it creates a very small air pocket between the head, so they don't actually touch the disk, otherwise they'd scratch it. That's why if you drop the hard drive or you stop it, it causes the head to crash down onto the disk and you might lose some data. So, but when it's actually in use, the heads are maybe a couple thousandths, maybe a thousandth off the disk surface. It reads the write heads and goes really quickly. And the disks come out like that. So they have spacers in between the disks to hold them apart. And they're like mirrors. So, and then they got the pancake motor here, which is on the other side of the circuit board. Looks like this when it's taken out. And then the screws hold the disks in place with the spacers. So that's the inside of a spinning hard drive. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching.